So what I think was about a year ago, in the same location down here at Es Vive Hotel, we had the pleasure of meeting George Evelyn from Nightmares on Wax. We then caught up with him at the DJ Awards when he won his award there last year in 2011. And today we're here for the Woolhouse Photoshoot at Es Vive Hotel with the man George Evelyn. How are you?
I'm good, man. Buenos tardes. Welcome to Ibiza again.
Again. Finally moved here now, man.
Well, welcome. There's always room for a few more, especially people who don't have hair.
So, mate, tell us, what's been happening, bro? How's life?
Well, we kicked off the season a few weeks ago. Waxed the Jam. That was at the beginning of June, which we had the best opening we've ever had out of this is our third season, so at Aura. And then in between that, I've been finishing the recording of my album. Been over to Berlin last week, recording with an amazing string section and working with some pretty hot composers and stuff like that. I'll give you a little bit of an exclusive as well. The album is called Vibrations from Home. So I'm very excited about that. Got the rest of the summer season to get on with. We're going to be doing some Wax the Beach specials. We were doing like maybe four, 5 or 6 of them last year. This year we've decided to cherry pick a few. So we're doing 2 at Kumharas, 1 on August the 5th with Daddy G from Massive Attack. That'll be Nightmares on Wax and Massive Attack together doing a sunset session. Then on the 21st of August, we're doing DJ and Yara Bravo with Nightmares on Wax as well at Wax the Beach. And they're also going to do Wax the Jam as well. And obviously they're still doing the jam sessions with Shovel, the drum warrior, Wolfgang Hafner on drums, and also Neged as well. So, no, it's, life is good.
Yeah, good times. How is Shovel?
Shovel's great. He's, traveling every side of the equator possible at the moment. I think he just got back from Casablanca. So everybody's been writing and making music. Obviously, we're in the winter time when you're in Ibiza, that's what you do. You write, you know what I mean, or you're out touring in other parts of the world or whatever. So, but no, everybody's good. It's really funny. Everybody's been dying for the summer, and now it's like somebody just flicked a switch and it's summer. Do you know what I mean? So
it turns on quickly, doesn't it?
Yeah, you know what I mean. And before we know it, it'll be over again. So it's all about making the most of it,
Yeah, definitely. And as well as playing some amazing gigs out here in Ibiza, you're obviously a family man as well. You live a normal life in Ibiza too. You got a little kid, just finished school.
Yeah. I don't know about normal, but yeah, definitely. Now, I got a 10-year-old daughter, Marley. Also, my wife, Amanda, who's a hypnotherapist on the islands here, which brings me to a point. She's doing some incredible work here. We always say healing the planet one person at a time. But she's also involved in a project with the Barefoot Doctor, which is the Big On project at Wembley Arena on 12/12/12. So anybody want to Google that, it's the Big On project. And Amanda Louise Evelyn will be doing the opening session for that, which will be amazing, backed by my music as well from the new album. So yeah, there's some exciting things going on. I mean, at first I was thinking she's having probably the biggest gig of her life. Straight in there, Wembley Arena, 15,000 people, and then I got the beautiful invite to actually present my music as well while she does it, so it's great. It's a family affair.
There you go. Family affair, Nightmares on Wax at the Wembley Stadium. Awesome.
Bring it on. Yeah, Barefoot Doctor's done some amazing things. I just think this project is great. It's just all about, using the power of music to create consciousness and bring it all together in one place to raise the vibration on the planet for the good. Do you know what I mean? So, if everybody's focusing on something good, only something good can happen,
Yeah, definitely. We were talking with Steve Lawler when we shot on Monday as well about the energies in Ibiza and how there's something really special about the place. And I mean, do you reckon it's about the fact that everyone who's coming here has got the same energy, the same common goal?
Well, this place definitely attracts a certain type of person, I think. I don't think it's just people that go to clubs. I think it's just people in general. This island, I think it's got a history of doing that. But there's definitely a magic here. People can call it mystical, can call it what you want, but there's definitely a magic here. And if you learn how to tap into it, you can use it to your fullest ability. And that can be represented whether you're in a terrace at one of the clubs and see it going off, or it can be represented going to a retreat, or it can be represented just being sat on the beach on your own, or going to Es Vive, or going to, dare I say it, Atlantis as well, for those that know,
Nice, I like it though. Cool, and so in terms of the music that you guys are producing at the moment, what's shifting, what's new for you guys from last year?
What's new? Well, people always say it's always the third season, which is quite an important season for a night, and where you progress from that. And it's been at Aura, and Aura is the third season for them as a venue as well, because before they didn't have the Garden Restaurant as well. at the same time. So we're growing together. So which was my main attraction for kind of being involved at Aura. You know, all the parties we do are free. You know, which is really important for us because, you know, the whole mission of putting our night on is that everybody turns up as individuals. We want them to leave as one. You know, so our third season and attempting that, it's all about reinventing the music as well as the night. Do you know what I mean? We want people to feel the progression. Obviously, we're very lucky because Wax the Jam attracts a lot of the locals. So everybody along that San Juan Road, whether they work at Chicali, whether they work at Bamboo de Grove, whether they work at Cancarone, Balafia, this road is full of amazing restaurants. And all the people that work in these places, La Paloma and all these places, they all come to our night, which in turn they obviously tell all their customers as well. And then there's all the agriturismos around there. And, you know, for the people that are in the know on the island, they travel specifically to go there. So we do have regulars there. So for us to keep it fresh, we have to make sure the music stays fresh, you know. So for me, that includes obviously presenting new music, whether it's my own or whether that's digging really deep into my archive of a record collection that I've got and representing that in a new way and jamming it with, like I say, with Shovel and Wolfgang, you know what I mean? So that bit's been exciting for me this time because I've felt a definite influence from Wax the Jam on my album, because obviously I've been making the album while having the residency, which is how I started out. But also that in turn, it's like a cyclical thing. It kind of inspires it at both parts. First, it inspires the music when you go into the studio, and then it inspires you to DJ as well. Do you know what I mean? So I found myself digging into a lot of kind of salsa breaks and stuff like this now, and bossa breaks, because that's kind of been inspired from the percussion and stuff, and that's come from Wolfgang and from Shovel. Do you know what I mean? And then that backs off as well, and there's a bit of reggae in there. So there's almost like a tribal element going on in there, you know. And it is from the electronic point of view. Do you know what I mean? But it's not straight up tribal like as in house music and stuff like that. I'm still using the hip hop elements and stuff like that in there. So that's really what I'm trying to bring new this year with the way that I'm playing and the way that I'm sort of presenting Wax the Jam.
Awesome. And you guys, in terms of the music that you guys are actually making, we've just had a nice chat about that. You're doing a lot of it in the winter, and as you say, you know, life in the winter over here is where you guys write, is where you produce your music. But what's the winter in Ibiza like? Because I mean, BA have just announced their winter flights, so it's going to be accessible for us again. You know, whether we decide to stay here or can come over frequently. Tell us about life in Ibiza in the winter, man.
Yeah, well, I mean, I think the only sticking point is when you, in that rare occasion when you do want to get off the island or you do want to go back to your hometown, like my hometown's Leeds, it takes 12 hours. You know, man, I could go to Thailand, I could go to LA like in that time. It's crazy. Do you know what I mean? So that bit can be a bit of a drag. Do you know what I mean? Especially when you're turning up in Leeds. Do you know what I mean? No offense to Leeds, but it's a long time. You know what I mean? But the winter here to me is really blissed out. It's beautiful. I mean, it's blissed out a lot of the time here, but it's kind of like some people can't stand it. You know, I'll be honest, some people can't stand it because they think it's too quiet. I love the winter because I think that's when you get to know yourself. You know what I mean? And there's no better person to get to know than yourself. You know, so I think Ibiza's really, really good at that. And the closer you get to yourself, especially if you're making music, writing, painting, or doing whatever it is you do, then you're here, the more real you can be. Do you know what I mean? So it's almost like you get the chance to self-discover what is in there, do you know what I mean, with yourself as far as being on the island. Then when the summer comes, you get to go, do you know what I mean? So no, it's great for that. It is great for that. But also you get a lot of, there's a community spirit here, you know what I mean? Whether people have got their own little pockets of that, you know, there's definitely that. You know, if you go into somebody's house, people are building log fires, cooking dinners, do you know what I mean? Or just hanging out, or, you know, the real part is sort of happening. Did I say that?
Keep that a secret, yeah. I think you've just convinced me to stay for winter.
No, honestly, it is great. You know what I mean? We get to January, and the sun shines there. All right, it's not as hot, but the sun shines there.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, I'm starting to get paranoid because I think that thing's following me around. But no, it's definitely different. The energy's different. You know, we get to August and September. I always give the analogy that it's like somebody blowing up a balloon and it's about to burst. And just before it's about to burst, it kind of gets let down again, and that's September, and it goes like that. And I think that's a beautiful period on the island. Do you know what I mean? Because it does get hectic here. You know what I mean? Because obviously the heat, everybody's been working, everybody's totally partied out. Do you know what I mean? Even people that are coming here that don't live here are totally partying on another level. Yeah. So that mixture of energy is quite manic. Do you know what I mean? So you can definitely feel the tension here. So when that kind of releases, it's kind of like it's an amazing bliss, you know, amazing bliss. So
Good times, man.
yeah,
Sounds
we're very blessed to be here. We are very blessed.
Now, George, I asked you this question last time, so we'll put a little bit of a different spin on it, right? Instead of what's the luckiest thing that's ever happened to you, we'll say since we last interviewed you at the DJ Awards, what's been the luckiest moment?
Wow. There's been a lot, you know.
I'm sure there has, man. You're a lucky guy. Live the lucky life.
Yeah. Do you know what? Yeah, it's in every moment. But no, I think I've met, like I said, I've been introduced to this musician called Sebastian Studenitsky through Wolfgang, who's just over the weeks been revealed to me of who he is and what he does and stuff. But it's the first time I've really actually worked in a studio with somebody I've not really known them. I don't really normally do that. But I was kind of open with this guy, and it's just taken my whole thing to another level. And I'm saying that's lucky in the sense that, you know, I'm excited about this new album, but I'm excited about what we're about to do now, because there's some sort of synergy going on with the musicians I'm with at the moment that's just on totally another level. So that's what I'm feeling very blessed and lucky about right now.
I can't wait to hear what comes out of that.
Yeah, me too.
Good times, man. Well, listen, I hope you've enjoyed your time down here with Woolhouse on the photo shoots. Lucky life down here at our lovely Es Vive Hotel. It's been great to catch up with you once again, man. And yeah, let's have a great summer together.
And thanks for spreading the awareness and the love of Ibiza.
Always, man.
Cool.
Sharing the message, bro.
That's
Cheers,
cool.
guys. George Evelyn, Nightmares on Wax, yeah.